Jinu from Kpop, Demon Hunters. Great new movie from Sony. Great animation. If you like animation, like they are like knocking it out of the park with this stuff. Landscape page, pencil eraser. Hit pause if I go too fast. So we're gonna start with his eyes. Big eyelashes on Jinu. So diagonal. We're gonna do demon form with the hat and stuff. So we'll go across the top this way. And we'll just bring it up here. Big eyelashes on him. Quite dark. Okay, it's like his top eyelash, right? Bottom eyelash line, down, cross into there. Very dark and angled sort of eyes. Smouldering look on this guy. Does he have any eyelid lines? Not really. It's like a lot of eyeshadow, but no, they don't do that too much. But maybe we should anyway, just for the purposes of drawing. So we'll give him an eyelid line just here, I think. So that's like where his sort of smoky eyeshadow goes up to, I would say. Right, and then big demon golden eyes. So just like a disc kind of here. You can just see the sides of it. Okay, and then a spiky cat-like demon eye there. Do 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 do. You're my soda pop. Okay, eyelid. So on the other one, now proportions of the eye. So the white part of his eye, so from the tear duct to just the corner here, come over about that much, and that's where the next eye will begin, right? So you can fit an eye in here. Basically, this section fits there roughly, and then we go up and over again. Okay, that's sort of very flat, thin, spiky in the corner eyes. And then bottom comes down. Cross into there. And then this large demon eye. The spike. You're my soda pop. And we give him that eyelid line again. Just coming across the top here. So the brim of his hat covers much of this area, but we can see his eyebrows, right? So they're very formed, kind of square eyebrows here. So say like this, then we go this way. And they don't go the whole way because of his hair. So he's got like a hair spike flicking down this way. And then like his sideburn goes up there, but the other side, so we've got like some hair kind of hanging down here. So this big hat that comes across this way, and then there's another hair spike like here, and then coming down this way. And it kind of sits on top of his ear then. And there. So the other eyebrow is kind of beside this. Right. So that hat then is quite big. Like it probably even goes the whole way, so probably goes off my page, right? This, so this is just like a big brim of a hat. Like crazy big. And it's got maybe like a bit of an edge that'll follow that. And then it'll sort of go off and then maybe come back in here. A few more room, of course, you can finish it out up there. Right, and then maybe like a piece of leather just like here. Like on the edge of it, kind of. Kind of goes off up there then. So, nose. So bridge of his nose, very sort of long and straight. Right, and then we could see nostrils, kind of like this. Then we get the skin of it in the middle. And then on the side, just very narrow, square sort of nostrils there. You might get like, maybe like some hatching just on the nose there. Very thin, small noses. And like sometimes there's eyelid lines on the bottom here as well that I forgot. So his mouth kind of downturned and sort of flat, so it goes. He's not a happy bunny. Okay, and then his top lip is drawn in. That it always reminds me of the handle of a bow and arrow. you know, the string and the sort of bow that you would pull. And then his bottom lip comes up there. Quite big lips for a male character, very defined. And then a strong enough chin here. So jaw then. So we go strong jaw as well. To there. And then we'll change our direction and go up this way. Goes underneath his hair. And then we get sort of his sideburn there. Right, so then ears. So say like the sideburn goes up underneath the hat. So like the ear should be in line with the eyebrow, kind of here. And then that's hair, and then ear here. And then some ear lines inside. So we've got a pretty strong wide neck, right? So it comes pretty wide down here from his jaw. And then he's got like a kimono sort of thing, right? So neck there, and then neck muscle that way. And then I think he's got like a green collar underneath there. And then this goes that way. And then there's like a couple of layers. So there's like another section of his collar this way. Like that comes down here and around there. Right, and then those large dangly sort of things, right? So we go down. Like that, and there's same both sides, but we'll just, it's like pipes, and then 3, and then pipe, and then 1 large pipe. So they go down real long. How far do they actually go? Really far. Off the page. Right, and then his shoulders, wide male shoulders, about head width. So like the width of his face would bring you out roughly to where his shoulder would be. Where did I do that? See, like there, width of his face, not the ears, the face. the width of the skull roughly. I'll bring you like that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, markings on his face. He has a lot of them. So there's prominent ones across the nose. So I'm just drawing these in lightly just so I know where to color purple and where to not color purple, basically. You could do this just in color if you were drawing them in. Because we've got a lot of these. And just all spiky and curving. There's not much to say about this sort of part. You just sort of add them wherever you can see them, really. Probably is like a little bit of purple up there, but there might be one on his eyebrow like here, but I'm not sure. And we got loads on the neck, like all up and down his neck. That one go? It kind of disappears here, but I have a feeling that keeps going, but I can't really see where it goes. Da, 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 da. Okay. Jinu, K-pop demon hunters. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.